Okay. So as part of our first session, let's discuss about overview. We're not going into technical. Actually, Workday payroll, as you're aware, we have two types of payroll. One is in-house payroll. Another one is external payroll. In-house payroll is nothing but we have all the data within Workday. To make it simple, we can run the payroll within Workday itself and also send the tax related documents to the vendors or process the tax processors, generate the pay slips in Workday, and also generate waste to documents, any tax related financial documents. Everything will be generated within Workday itself, in-house payroll. External payroll means we are running the payroll with vendors outside the vendors, which means I might have compensation and core HR data, but payroll will be processed with the ADP, Paycheck, NGA, etc. BSI, our SAP also, they're one of the tax processors. They are also into payroll vendors. All right. It's simple. Payroll will be processed by the external vendors. Example, ADP, NGA, etc. Okay. Now, what payroll we're going to learn here? We're going to learn in-house payroll for US. And this is Workday, and still just adding one point. Workday has the ability to serve or send the data to the external vendors globally across all the countries. Okay.
One doubt, Kiran, only US payroll is in-house payroll or any other countries or also in-house payrolls only? Will come under in-house.
Sorry, ma'am, can you please repeat the question?
No, as per the standard, only we can able to config US payroll or we can config international payroll in-house payroll.
In-house payroll you can configure international. Here, no limit at all. Here, no limit. You can create, configure n number of countries. Just to give some example, let me do one thing. So, of course, we are going to discuss all these details. Don't worry. Just to clarify your question. So, this is nothing but payroll area in SAP. For us, we will call it as pay group in Workday. Okay. Now, here you can see you're able to see only 4 countries. Yes, ma'am. Canada, France, UK, USA. Correct?
Yes.
4 countries only we are able to see. But when I select the used in payroll interface, you can see a number of countries, in fact, globally. Okay. Here is the switch. So we are telling to the Workday, hey, I am processing in-house payroll. In-house payroll is available only for these 4 countries. Or I am processing the payroll externally, then we have to ensure we have select this checkbox. Why we have to select, we will discuss. Okay, just to give an example, globally also, we can process the payroll with vendors.
What is the main difference in in-house payroll and external payroll? In-house payroll.
Let me explain. In-house payroll means you have your employee data within Workday. You have your compensation data within Workday. You have your benefits data within Workday. And you're processing the payroll also within Workday. I'm not taking any help from vendors, third-party vendors. Okay? External payroll means I have only compensation and core HR in Workday. OMPA compensation in Workday. But payroll, I don't have. So I will take help from ADP. I will send my organization management, personal administration, compensation data, to the ADP so that they will process my payroll system. Okay.
If suppose if the vendor wants to run the payroll in Workday, can we able to do that?
No way, man. Vendor cannot run the payroll in Workday. Cannot run the payroll in Workday because that's why we have an agreement with the vendors. They are supposed to serve as a payroll processors for us if we are going with external.
Okay. So
Okay.
BSI will be an in-house payroll only, right? For US BSI integration is
Maybe no. If you think about SAP perspective, BSI is in-house, but only we are sending tax data to process. Correct me? For USA from SAP.
yes.
On
Yeah.
top of that, they are also vendors into the payroll, right?
Yeah,
They are
that's
also into
correct.
vendor. And
Yes.
that perspective, I'm saying that. Yeah, maybe I've given the wrong example. Sorry for that. To confuse. Okay. Now, before moving to that, can you tell me? So, since we're talking about payroll, what are all data we need in order to process the payroll? What is the
Uh,
dependency on the data modules, etc.?
yes, Kiran.
Yeah. So we need worker data. Just listing out for our since it's first session. Personal data because it has dependency, age factors, etc. Dependent details, deduction of tax process we need. Compensation, benefits, time tracking. All the data is required by the payroll system. Okay, all the data is required payroll system. Now let me make it, or let's narrow down a little on this. What is the mandatory data is required in order to process the payroll in Workday?
We need personal data and time tracking or absence.
Excellent. We need worker data first, personal data, compensation data.
Yes.
One of the advantage in SAP, ma'am, compensation, though you have not implemented, you have a T510 table. I hope I remember correctly, I think. T510
Yeah.
table. You can just incorporate all the amounts and then you create wage types, you run the payroll. Okay. But in Workday, it is not the case. You must mandatory have to implement compensation. Mandatory. Because from here only, it serves as wage types. It serves as the wage types and send the data to the payroll system. Okay. So what are countries we have in-house payroll in Workday? We have USA payroll, we have UK payroll, France, and Canada. All these four countries, you can run the payroll within Workday itself. No dependency on any other tools. Now, one of the advantage, if you learn US payroll, advantage in Workday, you are able to implement payroll for all the remaining three countries. It might be a little surprise, but that's true. Why? Because the task setup remains same. If you divide the payroll into two types, gross pay, net pay. Gross pay is quite common for all four countries. There's no difference. Net pay, only the taxation part is different. Remaining all are same. Remaining all are same. There is no difference or change. Okay. Now what we are going to learn here is USA payroll. What we are going to learn in USA payroll is the first one, payroll basic framework. Any question before we are moving to discuss the definitions and examples of payroll basic framework?
Yeah, what I understood is we can able to do without any extra vendor's help. We can able to configure the four payrolls that you country payrolls that you have mentioned in the screen.
Correct.
And if we want to configure any other countries, means we need to take the help of the third party system, which is the external payroll.
Excellent, ma'am. True.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I understood.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. Now let's start our overview of first chapter. The
Okay.
first chapter is